Good morning, hunky humans. It is Mo Money Monday time. Of course, I caught every single green light to get here. I've just had chiropractor, went for a big walk, and had to drive back to where I'm meeting my friend. And of course, I got every green light, which cut my journey by minutes so that I got here right on 10 a.m. to get live with you. So I'm going to make this really quick and juicy today and talk about putting your money where your mouth is. My whole energy behind this is integrity, always. Because money, as I've said before in previous episodes, this is my monthly series. This is the third episode. I will be doing one more next Monday. Money is our vote for the world that we want to see. And it's one thing for us to say and speak on how we wish the world to be, and another to actually align our energy with co-creating that world. What I mean by energy is not only our words, but our actions and the way that we circulate wealth. So if you're shouting out about the world you want to see, you're meditating about it, maybe you're talking about it with your friends and whinging about everything that's wrong with the world, blah, 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 and then you're afraid of using your money to circulate and support the new world into being, you are a fucking fraud. Yeah. If you look at your bank accounts and they are not in alignment with what you want everybody else in the world to be doing, you are a fraud. Now, this can be a big one to digest because it's super confronting anyway for a lot of people to look into their bank accounts, purely from the scarcity and shortage consciousness that you live in with, stress and not having enough. So for many of my clients, when I start working with them, I get them to look at their bank accounts on a regular basis and bless them up, bring ceremony to it. I spoke about this in my last episode, which you can find on YouTube, on how to bless up your bank accounts. If going into seeing them already brings up some anxiety for you. If that's not the case and you've kind of shifted a bit through that, now let's take it a level deeper and look in your accounts about where every single dollar is going out. Who are you paying with your energy? If we remove the word money for a second, I just flicked myself on the face. If we remove the word money for a second and we just look at money as your value, your attention, and your energy, then we will know that where you're putting your money is where you are voting for the world to become more of. So if you've got all these ideas about living sustainably, supporting local farmers, like sustainable fashion, so much of this shit, eating well, what other things? Like, someone add in the comments, what are a few of the other ideas that you have for the world that you want to bring into being? What's a perfect utopia world look like? What do you think us doing well and doing better means? Tell me in the comments box below. Yet you then are placing your money, your vote, toward the energy of a world that you do not want. Fuck. Fraudulent behavior, right? It's out of integrity. Ooh, it stings. It stings to know that. And I catch myself in this all the fucking time. It's not about getting it perfect, and it's not about a measuring stick to judge yourself and self-flagellate. It's not perfect that we're going for, but it is alignment that we're going for. So if in every single time, I spoke to this in the first episode of the series, which you can watch on YouTube, whenever you purchase something, circulate money, tap your card, put your details in, say thank you. Check in with your body. Take that sacred pause for 2 seconds, 20 seconds, breathe. Is this in alignment with what I want to create more of? Because where I'm putting my energy and attention is where that energy is going to flow and create momentum. So if I have the vision that all of the little kids should be eating fruits and vegetables and sugar is the devil and the food industry is so fucked up because I've watched all the documentaries, yet I'm spending money at Macca's every day, or I'm going to the petrol station to buy my protein bars, or all this kind of like cheap junk food convenience kind of stuff, it's not in alignment with what I think my bigger vision is. That's all talk. So I'm not putting my money where my mouth is. Does this make sense? So my invitation to you today through this quick and dirty little Money Mondays is to align your circulation, not your spending, your circulation with the world you want to see more of into manifestation. Because that is how fucking powerful you are. Your dollar, your choice matters. Your energy matters. So how can you, one, bring more awareness to every time you interact with money? Covered that in episode 1. 2, how can you start to romance your bank accounts, get comfortable with blessing them up, looking at your numbers? And then 3, today, building upon that, looking at, the past week, the past month, and just kind of measuring, like, how in alignment am I with what I think my values are? Because your bank accounts and your spending, your circulating, show you. They show you where your values are. You might think, oh, I value sustainability. And then you look at your bank accounts and you're like, so how come I bought packaged, wasteful food 17 times in the last month? Or my value is health and wellness, yet how come my spending doesn't reflect any investment in supplements or practitioners that support my well-being? Right? It's a really, really fun way to coach yourself into more abundance, more receivership, because you're being honest about where you're at. It's acknowledging, okay, this is the truth of where I'm at right now. And once we know the truth, then we can make a new choice. Once there's awareness, we can make a new choice. And you can't go back. Awareness is such a bitch. Oh, it's hot. I'm going to put my aircon on. Awareness is such a bitch if you don't use it. I've always said this, like, man, some days I wish I was ignorant because I would so much rather eat some KFC, drink some beer, and just numb the fuck out. I'm not saying that's a totally bad thing, by the way. Sometimes I do that. KFC chips for the win. It's not about judging the behavior, but you know what I mean? Like if you have an awareness and you're like, oh, this is cringy, this is gross, I don't know how to move through this, so I just want to escape and tap out, then you're missing the whole point of that awareness itself. Every time you meet resistance, it's a new opportunity to meet a more evolved and expanded version of yourself. It's a fucking gift to meet resistance. So when you notice that, oh my God, I don't want to look at my bank accounts, I don't want to know where I'm putting my money, that is your opportunity. That is your sacred invite to more wealth. Truly, 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 truly. I believe this, and I've seen it in my own life and also in all of my clients that I get to work through this process with me. So let me know in the comments below when this is reposted on YouTube, how did that practice go for you? When you actually sit with your bank accounts and you look over your last month and categorize where your circulation goes, where your wealth goes, versus where your values are or where you think they are, how can you in the following month just set the intention to close that gap a little bit more? Yeah? Support those that you want to bring more abundance to. Support the direction of the world that you want to see come into being, because your choice matters. You matter. Yeah. I love this conversation. For those of you live right now, I'd love for you to drop in the comments below. What is your one money intention for today? How do you want to feel about money? Are you calling in money? How much more money do you want? Anything that feels relevant, just drop in the comment box below. Let's harness this energy of opening this dialogue. I know that money can be a really, really challenging thing to talk about with family and friends. There's a lot of room for opinion and judgment and, just confusion, I think. For me, it's such a... It was really intimidating to talk about because we didn't have that access point, and education around it. So let's just continue this dialogue. I'll see you next week for the final installment of Mo Money Mondays. Please feel free to DM me your burning question. I'd like to build upon the foundation that we've set over the last 3 weeks and develop a juicy, loving, lush, affluent, sexy relationship with your money. Woohoo! Yes to that. Okay. Love you guys. Have an amazing Monday, and I will see you next week.